We do begin this hour with massive breaking news impacting the price you pay. The Supreme Court striking down a large portion of the tariffs implemented by President Donald Trump. In a news conference a short time ago, President Trump criticized the majority justices on the ruling. He called them a, quote, disgrace to the nation and their decision, quote, an embarrassment to their families. While at the same time, President Trump said the ruling actually expanded his powers, and he announced a new global tariff.
Today, I will sign an order to impose a 10% global tariff under Section 122 over and above our normal tariffs already being charged.
In a 6-3 ruling, the court ruled specifically that President Trump's use of emergency powers to invoke a large portion of his tariffs exceeded his authority as president. 3 conservative-leaning justices joined the liberal-leaning minority in this decision. We're tracking every angle of this developing story from Washington to your wallet and everywhere in between. And I want to bring in our NBC legal analyst, Misty Marris. Misty, we heard in that soundbite Ryan just played the president say, I can do anything I want except impose $1. Can you kind of fact check the President Trump essentially saying that the court's ruling expanded his presidential reach? Is that the case?
It is absolutely not the case. In fact, it was a major check on his presidential power. Keep in mind what he was seeking to do here. Unilaterally imposing tariffs, no limits on duration, no limits on scope, just because the President of the United States says that he can. Now, the court said absolutely not. In the statute, there is no reference to tariffs. And so Congress has to step in. This is under congressional authority. So it was really a major check on presidential power and a common theme in many of the cases that are pending before the Supreme Court, trying to expand the presidential power. So this is we're looking for many more decisions, right, but it was certainly a check on presidential power in this case.
And to that, and Misty, I want to bring you in because we heard some foreshadowing there from Justice Brett Kavanaugh about some of maybe the limbo that we're in now. In his dissent, he said in part, quote, the court says nothing today about whether, and if so, how the government should go about returning the billions of dollars that it has collected from importers. But that process is likely to be a mess, as it was acknowledged at oral argument. So, Misty, how exactly would or could businesses get refunded here? Is that clear?
Yeah, it's not clear at all. The decision does not speak to it. And as Justice Kavanaugh flagged at oral arguments, there was a public policy argument that was brought up by the Trump administration, essentially saying it will be disastrous, the practical consequences, if the court does not rule in the administration's favor. But the court that has jurisdiction now that will handle all of these issues is the Court of International Trade. And we're going to see a whole new bevy of case law coming out of this as these companies try and get their money back.